Hey everybody, welcome to the Voice of Victor. I, of course, am Ed Victor, and we are up to episode number 13 already. Episode number 13 was inspired by one of our viewers, Martin in Las Vegas, Nevada, avid viewer. And Martin wrote me and said, I've been watching the show from the beginning, and I keep seeing all your gear that you have, and I know more and more people are setting up home studios. Could you go through the gear and show us what you've got and what its purpose is? Absolutely. A lot of the stuff I've acquired over the years. A lot of it I really don't even use. But I will show you what I have and why I have it. As always, we are brought to you by Auralex, which you can see my studio is covered in Auralex. I want to thank those guys. They've been supplying me Auralex for years, which has been great. So if there's something you need for your studio, go to www.auralex.com. They sponsor us as well. So check them out. I'd really appreciate it. So let's get on with the show, and I'm going to take you on a little tour of my home studio. Okay? Here we go. Okay, so this is my home studio is upstairs in my house, which keeps it away from everything and everybody. You see, I'm an avid drummer, so this is my my drum set when I play. And this is where the studio... There's the dog. She's always around. Okay, this is the entrance to my studio. I used to be the big gun for a long time ago. Kind of gave that up. But this is the studio. This is the overview of the studio. It's upstairs in a bedroom. It shows you the whole setup. And of course the dog walking into the shot, which is fine. That's Gracie. Hi, Grace. Yes, you're welcome. All right, so to start, as you can see, there's Auralex on the walls everywhere. Auralex, 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 as I say, even up top above my booth, the back wall, again, all Auralex. That's what happens when you have a sponsor, right? Anyway, we'll start at the beginning. First and foremost, this is a Digi 003. It's got automated faders, a little much. Doing voice work, you really don't need all these inputs. I use this when I used to produce radio and TV, and you needed multiple inputs for music tracks and sound effects and stuff. So these faders here are all automated, so you can set everything and let it do its job. Next, what this little doohickey here, it's a line conditioner. Okay, it just makes sure you have a clean signal. There's a lot of we draw a lot of power in the studio, so that's just it's like an arrestor. It protects the gear. A lot of protection of the gear here. All right, the next thing I've got, this is what I use every day. This right here is a Focusrite. This right here is a Focusrite Scarlett. And this is pretty much what I use on a daily basis. That's my digital workstation right there. Very simple, not super expensive. I think it was like $600 or $700 at Guitar Center. Okay. Next, here's a dinosaur. This is the CDQ Prima 220, and this, my friends, is my ISDN box, which I don't use anymore. I have two of these. One was a backup. I used this a lot when I was working, doing a lot of network promos overseas. That was their connection of choice, ISDN. The problem with the ISDN, of course, is you pay a monthly service fee, even if you don't use it. It's expensive to get set up, and I don't believe anybody's actually putting in copper wiring anymore. So, this runs through high-speed data lines, and I don't know why they like to use this, but this was at one time the connection of choice. Okay. Next is a DBX mic preamp processor that I bought a long time ago. You really don't even need that anymore because with Pro Tools, they've got all sorts of processor plugins. Okay. Next, this baby here. This is an Avalon one input preamp. This is what I use all the time. Okay. That's my baby. I've had 3 different Avalons. I just love the way they make me sound. And the reason I discovered the Avalon was I was working at a studio in LA, and I just dug the sound, and I said, what's the secret? And they pointed to the Avalon, so I had to get one. This right here is an actual phone patch. This is a JK Audio phone patch. Again, don't use it anymore. People generally just call me on Skype, and I just hold my cell phone in the booth. Another ancient relic. This is a Sony CD burner. Yes, folks, there was a time when we'd send out our audio on CDs to clients. That's what they wanted. I don't think you see these things anymore. Who uses CDs? Next, let's get down here. Next is an Alesis. This is an amplifier, and this amplifier was driving my monitors. I had some standalone monitors. Use this for not powered monitors. And then last but not least, I've got the fan for the cabinet that keeps all the equipment cool. Right here on the floor is an APC. This is like a surge protector. Okay, so when the power goes out, I don't lose my sessions. I do recommend to get one of those. Speaking of power, which is always so important, all my gear, there we go, everything I use is hooked up to heavy duty protection strips. These are, I don't know, 35, 40 bucks a pop. I have them all over the studio, okay? Without these, there's hum that would be picked up by the microphone. So I recommend these as well. Get these for yourself. These are Furman. I have a lot of Furman gear in here, which is used for line protections. I mean, look at the size of the cable here. Okay, so it's very heavy duty. So there's no hum. Next, let's talk about monitors. My main near-field monitors are these Genelec babies right here. Okay, and there's the other one. Genelec, I love them, recommend them. So true, I love them. These are connected to the Genelec subwoofer underneath my bench, and of course on top of the Genelec, or I'm sorry, on the bottom, you see that? There you go. That's an Auralex. It's on an Auralex pad called a Subdued. Subdued. Clever, guys. But this actually keeps the subwoofer off the ground. Okay? Helps stop vibrations. It's an awesome, awesome thing. And the Genelec subwoofer is pretty awesome. Okay, speaking of monitors, now those are my near-field monitors. Now I have other monitors here that I've had from the beginning. And these are event-powered monitors. This gives me a more fuller sound in the studio. Okay, there's a pair of these. Next, we've got M Audio small near-field monitors as a backup. These are on top of these here, these Auralex Mopads. These are Mopads. These keep the monitors separated and help avoid rumble. And you really don't want monitors on top of monitors without something in between. And just so you know, as far as the Mopads go, I don't just use them. Here they are here. I also endorse them. There's yours truly right there on the box, okay? Highly recommend these, obviously. To control the monitors, I've got a PreSonus monitor station, and this helps control monitor 1, 2, and 3. So you can separate out, listen to different monitors. I'm sorry, it's A, B, and C. Duh. A. I usually keep all the monitors on. Okay? So all the monitors are tied into that station. And here's the main monitor level. I had a big knob before, but it fried out on me. And I think a lot of people have that problem. So this is my recommendation, the PreSonus monitor station. All right, over here. This is a simple Mackie mixing board, and I use this to monitor the ISDN signal. That's pretty much, and again, I don't use the ISDN anymore, so this kind of just sits here. Okay? All my speakers, if you can see these, my speakers, my monitors here are on stands. Again, another Auralex product that separates the speaker from the bass. And this is my whisper room, which I've had since I've lived here for 15 years. And this is a double insulated whisper room, so it's super quiet. Okay, let's turn the light on here. Okay, so you're in my booth. I've got a double, this particular unit's got a double pane window, so I can look out at, the stuff out there. Okay. What I've done with this whisper room is I customized it, and I think they sell stuff like this now. Like I said, I bought this whisper room about 15 years ago. So I actually built a shelf in here, and I've got my mouse, my wireless keyboard, and this is what I read the scripts off of. Okay. All right, and then my headphones are here. Which I don't use. And I got a email from another viewer who said, why don't you record with your headphones? And I'll tell you why. I only use the headphones when I need to monitor a Source Connect connection or an ISDN session so I can hear the studio on the other end. I do not record with headphones because it makes you maybe not speak in a normal voice, or you're over projecting. That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people do not use headphones when they record. I do not use them. Okay, so there's the monitor. Next, this is the studio mic. This is my Sennheiser Shotgun 416. This is pretty much the standard mic for promos and trailers. There's an Orlex device right there on top for the microphone. That's a deflector. Okay, got it? Okay. So when I'm not recording trailers or promos, I use this mic here. This is a TLM 103 Neumann. The difference is for narrations it's better. Commercials I use it as well. It's got a fuller, fatter sound as opposed to the directness of the 416 Shotgun. Okay. And I got windscreens on both, and a pop guard on both. If you go down here, you can see that the entire whisper room is covered in Orlex. Go figure. Speaking of Orlex, I keep these isolators. These are also created by Orlex. You see a pattern here? And that keeps the microphone stand off the ground, so there's no rumble that comes up through the stand and makes for a bad signal. Last but not least, this is the Shure SM7B. This is what I use to record the web show with. It's kind of the standard, I guess, for webcasting. I've got what's called a cloud lifter connected to it. Basically, the cloud lifter is kind of like a little miniature preamp for that microphone. And of course, we shoot most of the show on this Canon. If you wanted to know, I know people have asked me what I'm using to shoot the show with. And I've got again another shotgun mic here. That's a direct feed in. There's a direct feed to the Shure as well. And that's pretty much it. And of course, I'm running a Mac for everything. Okay. As far as software goes, I use Pro Tools. I've been using Pro Tools since I can remember. Just used to it. It can get very complicated. I've got a Source Connect session set up here. That's kind of replaced the ISDN. No, it's totally replaced the ISDN. It's super easy to use when it works properly. What I like to do before I do my session is I will connect with what's called Echo 48 Mono. And Echo 48 Mono is it feeds you back your signal. Check. And you can hear it's connected beautifully. Check, check. Yeah. So that's working. And last but not least, Grace, there's the studio dog. Every studio needs a studio dog. So she's up here the whole day with me every day. She keeps me company. All right, Grace, that's it. Okay, now, You've seen all my gear, all my equipment, all the expense I've gone through over the years to put this studio together, but in reality, you don't really need all that much stuff to have a career in voiceover. I hate to say it, but it's true. You can actually get by with what I use when I travel on the road. I take a portable gear with me. Not endorsing these guys. They don't sponsor me, unfortunately, but this is really all you need. This is the digital audio workstation. It's by Focusrite. I take this on the road with me. Very simple. It's got 2 inputs. A line output. It hooks up to your computer. I take my laptop and a Sennheiser mic with me and headphones. And I record when I'm on the road. And honestly, I think that's about all you need, in my opinion. That in a quiet room, like a hotel room. And that's if you look at episode number 1 of The Voice of Victor, I did go on the road. Hi everybody, this is Ed Victor of The Voice of Victor, and for our first episode, we're actually taking it on the road. You'll see my setup. It's very, very simple, and frankly, it's all you need, because most of the studios that I deal with, matter of fact, all the studios I deal with, they want no compression on your track, they want no noise reduction, they really don't want anything. They're going to take care of everything else. They're going to clean it up, make it sound broadcast ready. So all you have to worry about is sending a clean digital track, an MP3 or a WAV file, and that's pretty much it. As far as all this gear goes, yeah, I got it, and I like it. I don't use it all. Like I said, I don't use all of it, but it's nice to have. And, well, that about wraps up this show. Sorry to burst your bubble. You don't need a whole lot of equipment to be successful in voiceover. And there you have it. So this concludes episode number 13. Make sure you subscribe today so you miss no content. And as always, I welcome your comments. You can reach me direct at ed@edvictorvo.com. That's ed@edvictorvo.com. Check out Auralex at www.auralex.com, our sponsors. And that's going to wrap up today's episode 13. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it.